A task force aimed at easing tensions between all-terrain vehicle riders and landowners has some ideas it hopes both sides can agree on. Good evening, I'm Pat Callahan.
And I'm Cindy Williams. While most riders of Maine's 70,000 registered ATVs obey the laws and respect posted private property, there are many out there who don't.
Today, the task force presented its findings to the legislature, and as News Center Maine's Sam Rogers shows us, the focus immediately shifted to a newer, larger kind of SUV.
The idea of an ATV task force started in 2003.
The growth of ATV started in Maine, and this is just another chapter in the story.
Problems growing over those 17 years. An executive order convening this current task force. The group
is essentially a divided task force with landowners and the ATV riders.
The task force presented 6 objectives in Augusta Monday, the first being the hardest to come up with. Legally defining an ATV.
Weight and size restriction is something that a lot of people have been talking about for a long time.
The second objective, addressing maintenance standards for the ATV trail system. Next, how the state will enforce those standards. Followed by planning community outreach, creating a new registration system, and all related funding.
We have a lot of good things in place. And I think we just want to assure that those continue and that we have this program for the foreseeable future.
The registration objective proposes a way for fees to help maintain ATV trails.
Should it have the same registration fee? And that's going to be something I think we'll have to wrestle with.
Unchanged, the registration fee would lead to a loss of nearly 3,000 trail miles. A $15 increase is still not enough to maintain the existing 6,000 miles. The third option is a $29 increase, which is enough to maintain all the ATV trails in the state. The fee's helping some areas.
In rural Maine, where industry is hard to come by, it's really a boost.
The work of the task force is over. Now it's in the hands of the committee to draft legislation based on the 6 objectives and recommendations it heard Monday. The objective that will give the committee the most trouble: funding for the maintenance of the 6,000 miles of ATV trails in the state. In Augusta, Sam Rogers, News Center, Maine.
So if the task force's recommendation becomes law, the legal definition of an ATV would be any 3- or 4-wheeled motorized vehicle that is no more than 65 inches wide and weighs less than 2,000 pounds.